hand is already moving before you notice it. Not reaching. Already reaching. The phone is halfway off the table before there was a thought about it. Or maybe it is this. You're standing in the kitchen, and only then do you realise you came here for something. The body was already moving towards it. The wanting was already in motion before you knew you wanted anything. This is ordinary. This happens many times a day, but it is worth slowing down, because there is something in that moment, just before the hand arrives, just before the kitchen makes sense, that we almost never see. Notice what happens the next time you reach for something. Not what you reached for, not whether you got it, but what was already present in the moment before the reaching completed itself. There is something there, a kind of lean, a pressure that doesn't have a name yet, not painful, not even uncomfortable exactly, just a movement toward. It lives somewhere in the body, sometimes in the chest, a slight tightening, a small gathering of attention towards the thing, sometimes in the hands, a readiness, a quality of being slightly ahead of the moment, sometimes just in the breath, which changes without you deciding to change it. Not dramatic, not always there, but sometimes, if the attention happens to be close enough, there it is. And then we move, or we don't move. Either way, the wanting shifts. If we get the thing, the coffee, the message, the moment of distraction, it quiets for a while, and then it arises again, slightly different shape, somewhere else. This is not a problem. This is just what wanting does. It arises, it moves, it quiets, it arises again. There is something almost mechanical about it if you watch it long enough. Not cold, just regular. The way weather is regular. The way hunger returns no matter how fully you ate yesterday. There is something plain about seeing that. Not comforting, not discouraging, just difficult to argue with. Here is something that might be worth trying. Not as a technique, not as a practice, just as an experiment in looking. The next time you notice wanting something, not a major wanting, just an ordinary one, the kind that visits 20 times before lunch, see if it is possible to simply stay with it for one moment before obeying it. Not resisting it, not analysing it, not turning it into something to overcome, just noticing it is there, feeling whatever is in the chest or the hands or the quality of the breath in that moment. That's all. Nothing is promised by that. It won't make the wanting disappear. It might not change anything. There is something almost funny about this, if you watch it without too much seriousness. The mind wanting coffee 30 seconds after finishing the last one. Not because it is thirsty, just because the cup is there, and something in the mind finds the idea of a full cup better than the fact of an empty one. Or the checking of a phone that was checked 2 minutes ago. As if something might have changed in the interval. As if the checking itself is what the mind wanted, not the information. This is not a character flaw. This is just the mind doing what the mind does. Leaning toward things. Moving toward the next moment before the current one has finished. And what about right now? Is there something, even now, that the attention is leaning toward? Maybe toward the end of this. Maybe toward whatever comes after. Maybe toward a thought that arrived halfway through the last sentence and is waiting just off to the side. That lean, if it is there, is the same movement, the same ordinary wanting. Nothing special about noticing it here rather than in the kitchen, or at the phone, or in the middle of a conversation that is going differently than something in us wanted it to go. The wanting is probably still here, even now, or it has already moved on to something else, already pointing somewhere new. That is fine. And the noticing, if it arrives at all, arrives just slightly before the hand does. Just that, just slightly sooner.